Hi Pisces, welcome to March. This is Teresa from Tarot by T. And let's talk about what's happening this month. Mercury is moving into your sign on the 3rd. Then we have a full moon in Virgo in your 7th house of partnership. Saturn moves out of Aquarius, where he's been for 2.5 years, and moves into your sign on the 8th. And then we have Venus moving into Taurus on the 17th. Mercury moves into Aries out of Pisces by the 20th. And then we have a new moon in Aries on the 21st at 0 degrees Aries, so it's really significant. Pluto then moves into Aquarius on the 24th, and we have Mars moving into Cancer on the 26th. So let's see what you need to know. Let's see what the cards say about love and relationships for Pisces. What does Pisces need to know for March 2023? What is coming up for Pisces, March 2023? What is coming up for Pisces, March 2023? In terms of love, relationships, anything else that might be important, what does Pisces need to know? The Knight of Cups, the King of Swords, the Six of Pentacles, the Emperor, the Tower, the Ace of Wands, the Hierophant, the Queen of Cups, the Temperance, and the Five of Swords. And the card at the bottom of the deck is the Hermit. So, interesting energy here. A lot of changes, but new beginnings. So you have this Knight of Cups energy. There's someone, that's like romantic love, a proposal coming in. It could be that you're wanting to make a proposal towards someone, since it's the first card in the reading. Or it could be that you're receiving a proposal of love from someone else. You have the King of Swords energy here, so you could be dealing with an air sign, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. But if not, the King of Swords energy is telling you to be discerning, to not let your heart rule your head. So if you get an offer of love from someone, really think about it. Is this right for me? Is this what I really want? Is this person good for me? Because, Pisces and all water signs, we tend to, I'm a Taurus, but I also have a water moon. So we tend to make decisions based on our feelings and not necessarily based on logic. And the King of Swords is letting you know that this month it's okay to, new beginnings are happening. But you really need to be more discerning. Figure out, what's best for me. Because the King is trying to separate what's real from what's not real. And we have a lot of energy in Pisces this month, especially Mercury, which rules thinking. So your thinking may not be clear. And you want to make sure that you know what you're getting into. But the Six of Pentacles is in the past. So you might have been in a relationship in the past where you were doing all the giving, which is typical for Pisces. Pisces is a giver. You just want to help and heal. And, if someone comes to you with a problem, you want to try and help them and solve it. You have a lot of compassion. You just want to make sure that you're not attracting. Pisces can attract people that are takers instead of givers. So you want to make sure that whoever you're attracting, there's a balance in the give and take, that you're not just giving it all away to someone and not getting anything back in return. You have the Hermit here. So you've been taking some time out to really think, what is right for me? Maybe you haven't been dating lately. Maybe some of you might be just, being alone and saying, I want to just think about what I want. I don't even know if I want to connect with anybody. Especially if you've been through a difficult relationship in the past. But the Hermit is telling you, I feel like there's new beginnings coming in. Major change. You might be ending something that just hasn't been working, leaving a toxic situation, whether it's a work or relationship situation, and there is new energy coming in. But this time I feel like you want to do things right. You want to, think about what you're doing before you jump in. You have the Emperor here in the recent past. So the Emperor is someone who is very reliable, someone that you can count on, someone who's there for you, someone who's very disciplined, very focused. It could be an authority figure, a boss. The Emperor is like the CEO, the boss figure, the executive. Sometimes he could be a military figure, someone who's been in the military. Sometimes the Emperor can represent an Aries or a Capricorn or even Scorpio. You might have connected with someone in the recent past that has this kind of energy, because the Emperor can represent an important male influence in your life. And it can even be a father figure. So maybe you're thinking, you need to think. A lot of times we're attracted to people that remind us of our parents, because that's all we know. That's what we feel comfortable with. You have the Tower here coming up in the future, the Tower and the Ace of Wands. So the Tower is not always a negative card. I mean, a lot of times people are afraid when they see the Tower. They think, oh no, the Tower, disaster, destruction. But the Tower is taking away, it represents major change. It also represents release from oppression. So if you're in a situation where you're not happy and you feel like you're stuck, especially if you're in a difficult relationship or a toxic situation, the Tower can destroy something that's not right for you, because it wants you to get on the right path. It wants you to stop wasting your energy on someone or something that's not serving you. So the Tower represents major change. It breaks down and it represents breaking down and rebuilding. And this could be happening in your relationships, where you're breaking down something to rebuild in a better direction. That could mean that you break up with someone and then they have an awakening, because the Tower can be a blow to your ego, or it depends on what side of the equation you're on. If you're the person oppressing someone, or you think you could do whatever you want, you could treat someone any way you want, then you get a blow to your ego when that person leaves you. But it can also mean, if you're the victim, if you're the one who's been abused, you're the one who creates the shakeup and leaves, and that person gets the blow to their ego. Either way, you're getting released from this pressure, this negative situation, this negative path. And I think of the Tower as a positive thing. It may create chaos while you're going through it. It's like a tornado, But when it's done and everything is done and the dust settles, you're in a new path. You're on a better place. You're in a better place. And you have it right here, the Ace of Wands, which is a new beginning, new energy, new seeds being planted, coming in. The Ace of Wands is also a time card for March, April, May. So I feel, let's see, it might be more like April, the end of March, the beginning of April. I feel like you're going to be getting on a new path. The Tower, just let the Tower take away. If the Tower takes something away during this time, let it go. Just let it go. Don't try to hold on to something that's not working, because it's preparing you for something new, something better, this new energy coming in. You have the Hierophant here. The Hierophant, you could be dealing with someone who's kind of stubborn. You could be dealing with, the Ace of Wands can be a new beginning in love, but it could also be a new career opportunity. Because Wands are usually, it's a seed is being planted and you're feeling enthusiastic about it. So if you've been feeling like, oh, I'm doing all this work, I'm not getting anywhere, or, I don't have a relationship, I'm in this toxic relationship, I don't see a way out. The Ace of Wands is your way out. It's your new seed that's coming up. And the Hierophant, you want something stable and solid. This Hierophant represents something that's been around. You want something to last. You want to make a commitment. You don't want a fly-by-night relationship. The Hierophant could also mean, because of the Ace of Wands here, that you're connecting with a company that's been around for a long time, that has strict policies. Like you might get a corporate job, or you might get a job that an opportunity comes for stability. But this is in your negative thinking sector. So you might even get an opportunity to share your wisdom, but you don't, you have to work on your own on valuing yourself and the words, like thinking that you have something to say that's valuable, because you do. You have the Queen of Cups. This could be your energy, because cups are water, in your environment. And this is someone who's very intuitive, very sensitive, very compassionate. You could be either working with someone like this, or the people around you are seeing you that way. So if you're in a relationship, you come across as someone who's very caring, very compassionate, very spiritual, very intuitive. And that's a good thing. The Queen of Cups, you can't get better than the Queen of Cups. She's always there to help anyone who needs help. She has a lot of compassion. She puts others before herself. So this could be your energy. You have the Temperance card, which is in your wish fulfillment sector. Temperance is saying, you have to have balance. And, with the 6 too, the 6 here, there's scales in here. So the theme of balance is strong in this reading. You have to balance your giving with also receiving. If you're giving to others, and that's great, you also have to give to you. You have to nurture yourself, recharge yourself. So you could be connecting with someone where you're very different. You have different ways of approaching the world, and you have to learn to create some kind of win-win situation, or learn how to compromise. You have the Hierophant here, so one of you might be stubborn and set in their ways. So you have to be more flexible, or either you or the other person. And you have this 5 of Swords as an outcome. That to me tells you, the message of the 5 of Swords is learn what you can change and learn to walk away from what you can't change. Because with the 5 of Swords energy, you could be bashing your head against a brick wall. You could be existing in a toxic relationship or toxic environment, and you've been trying to change this person. Like, if I just love this person enough, or if I just do enough for this person, maybe I'll help them see the error of their ways, or it's not going to happen. You have to accept someone for who they are and what they are, because you're not going to be able to change that person. Their behavior is it's their character. It's built in. Unless they're willing to change, there's nothing that you can do that's going to make them change. So you have to decide, can I live with this person the way they are? If yes, then you can know that, I have to deal with certain issues around this person. This is the way they are, this is the way they act, and I have to work around it or work through it, but I'm not going to change it. If you say to yourself, I just can't take this anymore, I can't live with this person, I feel like I'm always being the brunt of hostility, I'm always getting abused, either verbally and hopefully not physically, because then you really do need to leave. But even verbal abuse is worse. Sometimes I think verbal abuse is worse than physical abuse, because the scars go deeper. But the 5 of Swords is about cutting your losses and moving on, realizing I can't make a difference anymore. I can't change this person. I have to, even if I care about them, I have to walk away because I deserve more. And you're going to have that opportunity come up. And the Tower may wake you up. There might be something that, the Tower sometimes brings an awakening. There's a lightning that hits the Tower. It's the lightning, the strike of truth. And once you see the truth, you can't unsee it. So when you see something that maybe you didn't know about someone, or you see the truth about your situation, it can be sometimes shocking. Like, wow, I never thought this person was like that. Or I never thought, I wasn't seeing, I was blind. But once you see it, you realize, okay, I see it, and now I need to take action. Now I know what to do. There's no more guessing. There's no more wondering. So the Tower is a freeing energy. It frees you from being on the wrong path so that you could find the right path. So you're going to do some soul searching, but you won't be alone forever, because this Ace of Wands is your new beginning. So choose wisely, be discerning this month about where you're giving your love, where you're giving your energy. Don't waste your, like that saying, don't cast your pearls before swine. If someone is not valuing your contribution, valuing your love, your commitment, your energy, stop giving it. Walk away. Find someone that values you, that returns your love. So this may be a specific message for just one person. I don't know. But I'm getting that strong, that something could end, or you're going to be waking up, in any case. Even if you don't end something, you're going to wake up to the truth. And then you have an opportunity for a new beginning. So let's see what the angels have to say for Pisces. But one thing you don't want to do is give so much that you're draining your energy and you're not getting anything back. That's not a healthy situation for anybody. Action. So you are going to be the initiator. Okay. Drop all fear and just do it. You have the power to create and be whatever you truly want. Look inside your heart and take positive action in those things that bring you closer to achieving your desired goals. Nothing can stop you except your own fears. This card is positive confirmation from God and the angels that the time is right for you to start a new and exciting venture. And here it is, this Ace of Wands. So March, starting in March, it might be more like the end of March because we have that new one in Aries, and into April. That especially in April we have the eclipses. So between March and April, there's going to be a shift in the energy. So let's see what the astrology has to say. So here you have the full moon in your 7th house of partnerships, committed partnerships. And that could be, it could be a marriage or a committed partnership. It could also be business relationships as well. In any case, you're seeing the truth. When the truth always surfaces around the full moon. Full moon shines a light on what was hidden. It helps, it raises our awareness. And it's in Mercury. It's in Virgo, I'm sorry, which is ruled by Mercury. And Mercury is in your sign with the Sun and Neptune around this full moon. So what it's saying is with Virgo energy is be discerning. Look at the details. Because Pisces has a tendency to overlook the details. You're like, well, whatever, I'm just going for the vision, the big picture. And you want, if you're signing any contracts around this time, especially if it's a business partnership or even a relationship, you could do a prenup. Check read the fine print. Make sure you know what you're signing up for. Don't overlook the details. Get out of your Pisces comfort zone and be more like the Virgo, which they don't miss a trick. So you have to do that in your partnerships this month. But you are going to be seeing some truths with the full moon. And Uranus is in your 3rd house, so there could be an unexpected message coming in. Maybe even a proposal. Surprises. The 3rd house is communication. The 3rd house rules your relatives, so it's siblings, brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, your immediate friends and neighbors. It's also communication. It's also your thinking, the house of thought, of thinking and intellect. So you may be getting some new ideas. I feel like there's going to be some surprise communication coming in that could involve your financial security, because the 3rd house is ruled by Taurus. Your 3rd house is ruled by Taurus. And you have Venus in Aries in your 2nd house. So there could be some surprise developments around money that come in at this time. You might have to sign some type of contract. Just read the fine print. That's all I'm saying. Now, the moon is trining Uranus, so it could be a positive surprise. It doesn't have to be negative. I mean, not all surprises are negative. Sometimes they're positive. Like, wow, I won this, contest and I'm getting money, or the person I was thinking about calls me and when they want to go out on a date, Mars is in your 4th house of home, so you might be if you're living with anyone, you could have been fighting with them. Mars is stirring up the home arena in Gemini. He's been there since August of last year, but he's going to be moving into your next house. So while he's in the 4th house still, he's sextile Venus. So you're working. The best way to deal with Mars in the 4th house is clean, or do some kind of construction project. Just do something physical, work out, lift weights, clean the yard, whatever. Paint, do something where you're too tired to fight, basically. Because Mars energy, it's either aggression, ambition, if you're not, doing something constructive, then you wind up fighting because you have all this pent up energy. So exercise, get out, and, do things. Venus is in your 2nd house right now in Aries with Jupiter and Chiron. That is positive for your money situation. So your money is opportunities to make money. Money's coming in when Venus is there. Chiron. You're really good. It's like you're healing on a deep level. You might be getting, like, if you're getting a new job and it's paying you more money, you might feel like, wow, I'm really valued. This is great. It's going to help your self-esteem. I feel like you're going through these new opportunities that are coming in are going to heal the way you see yourself in the world. So you're going to feel like, you know what, I am worth it. Yeah, I do deserve to make more money. I do deserve to get more love. And it's coming. You've got all the beautiful the positive luck planets in your second house. You can't go wrong. But you also have Chiron there. So you do have some wounds around money and around love and around self-esteem that you have to work on. You have to feel better about yourself so that you don't put up with BS from others, so that you don't settle for less than you deserve. So Mercury's in the first house. You could be feeling more like communicating than usual. And it is sextile the North Node in Taurus in your third house. So the key for you is communication. You need to speak up. You need to get out and contact your friends, your family. If you've been like sitting home and doing nothing or keeping to yourself, being in the hermit mode, it's time to get out and come back to life. It's time to socialize. It's going to be good for you. It's going to be healing for you. You've had Saturn in your 12th house since, 2.5 years ago when Saturn moved into Aquarius. Saturn has done his time in Aquarius, and during that time you've been finishing up old karma, clearing out old baggage, releasing feelings of lack or self-worth issues. Like sometimes Saturn in the 12th can make you feel like you're not good enough, or you have to, like, maybe you had a parent that was very critical and you like you're always striving for perfection, thinking like whatever you're doing is not good enough. Saturn has helped you work on those things so that now you can drop that baggage, drop all that negative self-talk. And now Saturn is going to be moving into your sign, into your first house. And people are going to start to take you more seriously. When Saturn moves into your first house, it's time to make a commitment to you and your health and the way you're seen in the world, to step up to the plate. Saturn in the first house will be moving right after this full moon on the 8th into Pisces. And then if you have any physical ailments, it could be like teeth or bones. So check your bones, get your vitamin D or whatever, go to your doctor, get a checkup, go to your dentist. But also take yourself more seriously. Start acting like the executive in your own life. And you'll see how fast people start to value you and see you in a new light. You have 2.5 years to do this, to change your image. Pluto has been in your 11th house in Capricorn, so you've been connecting with powerful people for the past, since 2008. People that really, the movers and shakers of the world. Pluto is going to leave the 11th house, and now you might have been forming like powerful, because the 11th house is like the networking house, the friendship house, the hopes and dreams. You've seen a lot of powerful changes. You may have even accomplished some major transformations in your life while Pluto was there. Now Pluto's moving into Aquarius, into your 12th house. So he's going to, you're going to continue the work that you did with Saturn, only now you're doing it even deeper with Pluto. Pluto is going to unearth. Pluto's going to help, you see where you have, if you have any psychological blocks or hidden things, Pluto will bring them to the surface. And you might be dealing with, maybe you're doing work that involves hospitals or prisons or even like nursing homes, institutions of confinement, spirituality. That's also the 12th house, intuition. When Pluto's in the 12th, you may have some powerful person working for you behind the scenes. But it also gives you the opportunity to work on yourself, your psychological health, so that you're no longer being programmed by unconscious you're no longer being controlled by unconscious programming. So you're having the opportunity to heal those psychological blocks on a deeper level. Saturn was like, yeah, you did the work, but Pluto's going even deeper. So, and you have, Pluto will be in a sign for like 12, 15 years. So you have a lot of time to do this work. So It's preparing you and clearing out all your baggage so that when Pluto moves into the first house, you could stand in your power. You could say, here's what I've been doing all this work, I'm releasing all this baggage. Now I can be this powerful person and share my gifts with the world. Venus, let's see, Venus is moving into Taurus. So then we move into the new moon. And the new moon's in your second house of money and self-esteem, self-worth, what you value, your security. So you have an opportunity to reinvent yourself and to feel more secure about yourself and to bring in more money. I mean, you've got all these planets, Mercury, Sun, Moon, Jupiter, Chiron in the second house, plus this new moon in Aries at 0 degrees. You could be starting a new job that pays you a good salary. You're bringing in more money now because you've learned to value yourself and not to settle for less. You're not going to accept piddly income. So major, Jupiter brings abundance and opportunity. Mercury brings ideas, changes in your way of thinking. And the new moon is a new beginning, powerful new energy. So if you ever wanted to start anything new that has to do with your finances, like, think about investment plans, think about start a new job that brings you more money, this is the time to do it. Like I said, so Venus has moved into Taurus by this time. It's in your third house. It is sextiling Saturn that's moving into Pisces. By this time, Saturn's in your first house. It's in Pisces. Venus is in your third house. It's conjunct the North Node. So if you're getting pulled to go in a certain direction, follow that urge, because I feel like you're going to be led to some type of commitment with Saturn, where you're really going to work on yourself. You're going to be dealing with the people in your local environment. You might be more social than you have been in the past. There could be a romance that comes out of that suddenly. As you're circulating, you could connect with someone in an unexpected way, either to have a romance or to do some type of creative project. But your relationship with relatives should get smoother once Venus moves into the third house. So if you've been estranged from people, now's a good time to reconnect and have a better relationship with them. Heal those relationships. Mars will be moving into Cancer by the 26th, and that's going to be in your it's going to be, let's see, where is it going? Oh, it's going into your fifth house, yeah. When Mars is in your fifth house, there's a very good chance, if you're not in a relationship, you could get into one, because Mars can rule. The fifth house is the house of romance, fun, creativity. With Mars there, you're just wanting to have fun. Maybe you've been working really hard, and now it's time to just kick back and do something creative, do something you really enjoy, have fun. And you might have a romance develop when Mars goes into the fifth. It could be like a hot and heavy affair. Or you could have greater interaction with your children, if you have children. Or you could be determined and ambitious on a creative project. You could decide, I want to paint. I want to do photography. I want to do music. Whatever it is, just you're going to be having fun when Mars moves into the fifth house. So get prepared, because I feel like things are shifting in a good way. There's going to be a lot of new opportunities coming in, and an opportunity for you to create something stable and solid. If you're connecting with someone in a romantic situation, there could be an age difference between you. Someone may be more like a parent to the other partner. But also, with Venus sextiling Saturn, and then Mars also being in favorable aspect to Saturn, I think Mars is going to be trining Saturn, you could create something that lasts a long time. You could get involved in a relationship that is very passionate, a lot of fun, and it could get serious. It can get serious. So get ready. Now, Mars has been squaring Neptune, so that's why in the past, recently, you've been very confused about what to do. Like, I don't know what to do. Should I do this? Should I do that? And you're weighing all these options. When Mars moves away from the Neptune square, you're going to feel like, okay, now I know. I have more clarity. Now I know what to do. So it's not going to be forever. But you do have some new beginnings coming up, especially at this new moon in Aries. It's because it's at the 0 degree point. And it's also at the spring equinox. Powerful energy. If you ever wanted to start anything, do it around this time. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, click on the like button, click on the subscribe button, leave a comment. All these things help support the channel to get me in front of more people on YouTube. I hope if you have enjoyed this reading, leave me a comment. Let me know if this resonated with your life. If not, this is a general reading. It may not apply to everyone. So if you want a personal reading, click on the link in the description box and we can get you on the schedule. This is where I focus on your issues and only your issues. So it could possibly be more accurate than just a general reading can be. So in the meantime, Pisces, and if you're having a birthday, because March, some Pisces have birthdays in March, have a happy birthday this month. And get ready. Embrace change. Embrace the new. It's there for you. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. I'll talk to you again next month. Okay, bye now.